to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Luhlile Mali, also known as the Truth Fairy, and today's video is gonna be based on what I've watched this month and a few unpopular opinions. So if this is your first time seeing me, welcome to my channel, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back, baby. You are much appreciated. So let's start off with Avatar. Like, everyone was just getting on this hate train of Avatar, which I don't understand, because Avatar is not for us anymore. Like, let's face it, we're old. All the kids born in the 2000s, late 90s were on some Avatar, and boy, it was a good time. It was a fun time. Like, Nickelodeon was at its prime. I believe it came out in 2007, and it was just amazing. I loved Katara, I loved Aang. I just really was invested in the show, to the point where my brother and I were playing the PlayStation 2 game, and we were playing Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I was like religiously on the Avatar gang. Like, before all the hype, all the 2024 hype, I was on it, like in the early 2000s, like truly. But anyways, guys, back to the series that came out on Netflix in 2024. It's a bit crazy how much you guys are really hating on Avatar. Like, some people are like, we shouldn't make a live action of anime, which I disagree with completely, because the series itself gave me such nostalgic vibes, but at the same time it was really refreshing, because the dialogue was similar but not exactly from the show that came out in the early 2000s. And also watching all the new characters come along, all these new actors that I've never seen before, and I fell in love with the show. Like, I see no hate for the show. I really don't understand all the drama surrounding the show, and it's also for the kids, like grown adults trying to break down Avatar. Like, sir, ma'am, get a job. This is the new generation of Avatar, the 2010 movie live action of Avatar, and I thought it was amazing. Like, people said it was so bad, but I really don't understand. Yet again, yeah, it was a bit more whitewashed, because the characters as like Katara and Sokka were white people. But like, I'm not mad, but I really enjoyed the movie. It was more serious, and I think the Aang that played in the 2010 live action film was lacking the more childlike part of Aang, because he is a 12-year-old boy and he's trying to navigate through the world, and he's got such this great big responsibility of trying to save the world and trying to learn all four elements in a small space of time, and trying to defeat the Fire Lord and the Zula and everyone in between. So I think this Aang really played the Aang that we grew up with really well. The next thing, Poor Things. I watched Poor Things this month, and Emma Stone. Woo! Poor Things is starring Emma Stone, and it's starring the one and only Hulk. Mark is a really good actor, and I just love his work. Also, we have William, the original Green Goblin. Oh my gosh, these characters will forever be imprinted in my head. So I was excited to watch the movie just because of the casting. I was really amazed by all the different angles and how it turned from black and white to color. But what really bothered me was the 0.5 angle. You know, the 0.5 that you have on your iPhone, like when you're taking videos, you know, like from above your head. It was giving very much Instagram reel. Liam in the movie, who plays Godwin, plays God basically in the movie. I think the name is quite perfect, because he tries to save Emma Stone by, you know, extracting a brain from a baby that she was pregnant with into her grown body. At first you would think it's a movie about a father and daughter duo, where the daughter is just, you know, has a deformity or is not fully developed mentally. She's engaged to be married to another man in the movie, but she runs off with Mark and they go on these wild adventures, She finds herself through various things. She just discovers herself as a woman. She realizes that her sexuality is her own, and she is just owning everything that she's becoming and learning about the world. So that's what I appreciated about the movie. It really is a very interesting movie of how a woman navigates herself in the world, I would say. Different phases of modesty, and then maybe we go through the whole era, and we're just finding ourselves through different things and through literature, education. I love the take that the director took when he was making the movie and explaining what sex work is like for people doing sex work, the need that they're doing it for the money, and also they could also be doing it for the pleasure and owning their body. She's an amazing actress, so I'm gonna give her flowers. She won an Oscar, so congratulations to you, girlie. I watched on TikTok, this was on TikTok, the recent teaser story. Let me tell you, this story had us on chokehold for the past month. Literally a 50-part series on TikTok, and each episode was, I believe, 3 minutes plus. So you really had to be dedicated. I watched the whole thing from beginning to end. I really enjoyed everything. I loved the way she tells the story, she narrates her story. It was almost as if she was reading it from a book. Execution, the timing, everything about Risa Tisa's story was amazing. And I just love the hype that it got. I am so happy for her because she turned this really sad story about her life and her failed marriage to a pathological, psychological liar. Like, I don't know what that man was on. It was crazy, like how all the phone calls were fake, how he was unemployed for almost 6 years while they were dating slash married, and he was pretending to go to work every single morning in the AMs, and it would come back every single afternoon. He just abandoned her in hospital, pretending that he was in a meeting and pretending to be his assistant. Some people feel like her fame and her fortune is not well deserved just because of how she looks or her weight, which is ridiculous, because now are we really gonna judge people based on their weight in 2024? As a society, we've progressed to so much about body positivity for both men and women. So I would think at this point we would be at a place where we don't judge people by the way they look, that there are grown people commenting on Risa Tisa's stories, saying that she deserved it, or what was she thinking, just repeating all of this trauma and just trauma shaming her is ridiculous, because so many of us have been in situations where we've dealt with pathological liars in romantic or platonic relationships or even work relationships. So I don't understand how people felt the need to make her feel even smaller than what she already felt or was feeling. She already explained how this impacted her and how she went into a deep depression, even with losing the baby. I mean, she had a miscarriage, and the miscarriage alone was already traumatic itself. So I don't understand why people felt the need to amplify her trauma. So that was weird. Like, get a job. She's getting signed to an agency, so I just love that for her. I really hope this story becomes bigger than it already is. I hope this story turns into a movie one day. I hope it turns into a Netflix series. Like, I really want this story to continue, and I really hope that Risa Tisa gets all the revenue for this, because she did a phenomenal job on entertaining us on that 50-part series. Another thing that I have been enjoying on TikTok is all the HIV activists that I've been seeing on my For You page. It's one thing to be reading the statistics of how many HIV infected people are living in South Africa and how many people who don't know that they are living with HIV and AIDS. I think this is very important for these people to spread the word. People are becoming more comfortable with disclosing their HIV status, which there's nothing wrong if you don't want to disclose it, because you never know what people are going to do with your personal information. But it is important to tell the partner that you are busy with, or the partners that you are sleeping with, about your status. They're educating people about the different treatment that they take. I had not a needle prick injury, but something similar to that, and now I am on post-exposure treatment for HIV. It was just one of those things where I am busy extracting the tooth and the instrument slips. Personally, being on the treatment and all the side effects, the nausea and just feeling bloated a lot. So these are the pills that I am currently taking, which is the Acritega. Hope I'm saying that right. And these pills are very, very important when someone has been exposed to HIV. It prevents or treats the HIV infection by reversing the transcriptase inhibitor that works in inhibiting the enzymes that are responsible for the virus replication. So you guys, basically this pill is gonna try to prevent any possible HIV infection from replicating itself in my body. As a healthcare worker, HIV presents itself in many different ways. It presents itself as a fever, as secondary infections such as tuberculosis, and in the oral cavity it can present as black hairy tongue. So guys, I do stress to get tested. I get tested every year. It really is up to you, and it also depends on how many partners you have or how often you are being sexually active with your partner or partners. It is not okay to shame people for their HIV status. It is not okay to shame people for any illness or condition that they have. So kudos to all those activists. I want to see more of that content on Instagram. Actually, the only time I see that content is only on YouTube or on TikTok. Another unpopular opinion that I would like to share: content that you post on TikTok doesn't really perform well on Instagram and other apps. I've been posting my TikToks on Instagram for years now, but what's new is me posting my TikToks on YouTube Shorts. On YouTube Shorts, I've noticed that it's a bit difficult to get views. YouTube Shorts are king in growing your YouTube channel, but what I've noticed is that the reaction that you get on TikTok and on YouTube is totally different. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of older people on TikTok who are not getting Gen Z or millennial humor. When you post a joke or a video about a joke on YouTube Shorts, it gets more negative comments than it would normally get on TikTok. On TikTok, people are understanding the humor. Even if it's dark humor, people are just laughing in the comments and just, you know, laughing through their trauma. It's a safe space. But on YouTube Shorts, it's more judgmental, and you just get picked at for like the smallest thing, and then now people are just calling you the most horrible person on YouTube based on a 30-second video. You guys, that is the end of this video. I just wanted to do something different this time around. I've been wanting to do an unpopular opinion, but I was like, is it on brand? And I'm like, you know what, to my 5 viewers who watch all my videos, I'm gonna post this for you guys. So thank you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate all my loyal subscribers, all the new subscribers, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed week and bye.